All right. Good afternoon. I'm Dom.
I am Jamie.
We're back with the cutting room floor. As promised, I know anybody who's watched us probably didn't believe that we would get 4 deep in a series.
Wow.
But here we are with Mad Max Fury Road. We've covered the first 3. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either.
And guess what?
Separately, though.
Separately.
Yeah, yeah.
Not in one.
Yeah.
And we're going to cover Furiosa because we are prepared to watch it.
We are.
And we're going to do that for you. So, Mad Max Fury Road. Let's just give you the stats real quick. Rotten Tomatoes, 97%. Big score. IMDb, 8.1. Big score. Letterboxd, 4.2.
Wow.
So we have a very, very critically and audience loved film. This film was huge when it came out. It blew up.
And I didn't see it till a couple weeks ago. It's been 9 years since it came out.
Wait, you just seen it for the first time?
Yeah, the first time I watched it was when we started the Mad Max stuff.
Shit.
I'd never seen it.
Well, I did see it around its release.
Yeah.
The first time. And I gotta say a couple things about this film.
Yeah,
I have
please.
a small history with it. So a friend of mine, we were so hyped to watch this movie because I just been hearing over and over and over, like, this is one of the best action movies ever made. This is gonna knock your socks off, yada yada. So we were like, let's watch this thing.
It knocked mine off. I'm not even right now.
You knocked them right off. So I was like, let's watch this thing. And we watched it. By the end, we looked at each other, like, it was all right.
Really?
Yeah, it was all right. I wasn't blown away, and I think I was off put by the fact I didn't realize it was just going to be a long car chase.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, bro, did they switch the scenery up in this thing? I'm sick of seeing them driving. I was just sick of seeing people drive. I was like, man, I want to see some other shit. Because the first opening scene, I was like, okay, this is an action movie. It's going to be a blockbuster when Max is held captive and shit.
Yes, yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is going to be an action movie. And I'm like, it was an action movie. I was like, it's a vehicle warfare movie. I feel like I just watched a weird version of Twisted Metal. But I had no history with Mad Max as a franchise.
Yeah, yeah. So you didn't go into it like, oh, this is part 4?
Yes. I went into it like, yeah, this is just a movie. I knew Mad Max existed, but I'm thinking this is an entirely different thing.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't. George Miller stayed true to Mad Max's roots, and I think he actually went more true than Beyond Thunderdome in this film. Because
your favorite.
Now that I've watched the 4 that have been out for a while, that one comfortably sits at the bottom. It is the floor.
Yeah. And it's sort of a low bar to get
low bar. Yeah. So
yeah.
It is definitely not good. And so you guys know I kind of throw how I felt about the film out right in the beginning for you guys. I'm going to tell you, I enjoyed this a lot more than I did first time around. But make no mistake, I do not think it's the greatest action movie ever made or anything like that. But I understand why people love it. I enjoyed it. It had some very good parts, some good moments. But there's still some things that I'm like, But
hey, here, really quick before we actually get into this, because if I say you're worldly, like film wise, I know you watch a lot of foreign films.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think would be the best action film of all time? Because I know, like,
Hard Boiled.
Yeah, with the Chow Yun Fat, right? Yes.
Hard Boiled.
I was gonna say that or The Killer.
The Killer is really good.
Yeah.
The Killer would make like my top 20, 25.
Okay.
So I love The Killer. I'm biased though. I really like the director and the lead. So
yeah,
it's I went into it already like putting it on a pedestal, and I was like, this shit is awesome. Like the first 30 minutes alone, I was like, this is just so creative, fun, and different.
It's Hard Boiled. Right?
Yeah. The Killer.
Oh, The Killer. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But Hard Boiled was awesome. So I like Hard Boiled a lot, and then I love Lethal Weapon too.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yes.
Yeah, that's like
Mel Gibson.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's because I love the action, or I just love the buddy humor with Joe.
Joe Pesci
Yeah,
coming
Joe,
in, yeah,
Mel, and Danny.
yeah, yeah. You're right because once Leo gets in there, it's like the dynamic
The
changes.
dynamic changes because
Yeah.
the first Lethal Weapon plays a lot more like a thriller than the rest of them.
In Lethal Weapon, the first one seems more like an answer to like 48 Hours,
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely. Whereas like Lethal Weapon 2, everyone is more comfortable, so they bring in someone else to kind of make them uncomfortable, so they're more comfortable together.
It was great.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
And the toilet scene.
Of course, God, so great.
We do have to
sitting
do
here
these
all
Weapon
night.
movies.
Absolutely, he's
Yeah.
sitting here all night.
Yeah.
I'm like, sheesh.
Dude, you won't be able to feel your damn legs.
No, dude, he was like, I can't even move.
Yeah.
He couldn't move. Yeah, that's great. Another one I really like, Police Story 2.
Oh, Jackie
Chan.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I mean, honestly, a lot of the best action movies are from Asia.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
A lot of them are from Asia, Japan, Hong Kong, or.
So if people say this is one of the best action movies ever made, do you think they've never seen those films?
I'm sure a lot of people haven't seen Hard Boiled or.
I watched it like
Police
decades
Story.
ago.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's an old film.
It's an old film. That's like what, 92?
Something. I was gonna say it's 30 plus.
Yeah, I'm like,
old.
it came out around when I was born, but that's old. Police Story is like 80 something.
But then even some animes are like action packed.
Oh my god, bro!
I'm thinking I was gonna say just the motorcycle chase. Yeah. Akira, you read my mind.
Akira, Ghost in the Shell, like Fist of the North Star.
Oh
like,
yeah, Golgo 13.
Oh yeah, like and Ninja Scroll and like, dude, there's some. I mean,
even the Street Fighter anime, Street Fighter 2 movie.
The Street Fighter animated films.
Yeah.
Fire, dude.
Yeah.
Me and my uncle used to watch them back in the mid-90s.
So you got all my references from the other day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was like this, dude. I was like this fucking guy. Yeah. So I was laughing.
Good.
Yeah, I do. There's a lot of good action films. But as far as American, definitely Lethal Weapon as a series is up there.
Yeah.
They're really good. I mean,
even the Dark Knight series.
Oh, I mean, of course, if we're going to. I'm trying to exclude the hero films.
Yeah, but
we'll just bog the list down.
But the thing is, the Dark Knight series kind of transcends like superhero films. They're not really superhero films because of the. I'll use a Richard Donner term that he used for Superman the movie, the verisimilitude, where like you could see it happening in reality.
Yeah,
because it's so grounded.
And I mean, Batman could be a real dude because he doesn't have any weird mythical powers.
Yeah, there's no powers, and there were no like super villains.
No, they're all regular dudes.
Powers.
They're just gangsters, which are people we see every day. There's gangsters and mobsters all around all the time. Like Falcone's he's just a fucking gangster.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's why it's not like the Justice League version of Batman because he interacts with the superheroes.
Yeah.
Whereas Christian Bale's is like
he's just
on
him.
His own.
That's him. Like Batman Begins. Come on now, y'all know that I love that. That's a treasure gem for me. I mean. Dude, Inception has to be up there.
Honestly, yeah. Just because it got Leo to be an action guy.
Matrix.
Oh, god damn, you're right.
I'm like,
the first one. I've only ever seen the first one.
I mean, it's the only one you really need to watch.
Yeah, but that film.
The second one's all right, but the first one, game changer, dude.
Yeah, I still need to watch from the Wachowski siblings.
Yeah, watch Bound.
Well, Bound, but Speed Racer. You said Speed Racer.
Dude, I watched it again maybe like 2 or 3 months ago.
Really?
So good.
Because I love the old cartoon.
Dude, and that's what's great. If you like the cartoon, you'll love the movie.
Yeah.
Because and I think that's what threw a lot of people off. So like, this shit is chaotic. And I'm like, it's just like the anime. Yeah. I was like, bro. I'm like, with the quick cuts to different people's faces and them doing weird stuff. And like.
Well, that's what made Ang Lee's Hulk so great. It was like a comic with the way that he did the editing. The Eric Bana one.
Yes, I need to rewatch that one.
Dude, it's like a work of art, but it's Ang Lee.
Yeah, Ang Lee's, everything he makes is good. So I need to rewatch that. But as far as action movie goes, where would I put Fury Road on like a list of 100? It would make the list.
Yeah.
Probably like in the 70s or 80s. I have to really sit down.
Because I know you're well versed in these kinds of
Yeah, because I mean, there's going to be at least 15, 20 samurai movies in there.
Oh my God, Kurosawa, Jesus.
I'm like,
you're right. Look, just Yojimbo.
Yeah, Yojimbo. And I'm like, if we're
and Sergio Leone.
Yeah, I was just about to say it. I was like, dude, we can get in the Westerns too, because the Westerns action movies still.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm like, that list.
God, you're right, because then John Wayne,
dude, man.
And I'm not talking about Shanghai Noon.
No, John Wayne doing some action, and then of course we can't forget God damn, what was that? Just John Wick's, bro.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, and even Nobody more recently.
Nobody is definitely that would make my top like 25. Yeah, I love Nobody.
Yeah,
Bob Odenkirk. Yeah, RZA and Christopher Lloyd, just
the weirdest
3-piece I've ever seen.
Yeah, but it works. Yeah,
I was like, works so well,
and you can tell that at least in the film they seemed like they've done this before.
Yes,
and they have that dynamic, that chemistry.
We got two really good actors with Christopher Lloyd and Bob Odenkirk, and then RZA has pretty good amount of action experience.
Yeah,
he played that part well. Speaking of RZA and action movies, I watched one last night. Jim Jarmusch's Ghost Dog with Forest Whitaker.
That's a great film. I haven't seen that since it came out, but I love that movie.
It was good. I was like, this was good. And like,
it's the only Jim Jarmusch film I've ever seen, though. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. If only everyone could see his face. It's so disappointed and shocked.
Bro,
I know. I'm so sorry.
You have to watch Dead Man with Johnny Depp. Dude.
Okay.
You gotta watch Dead Man.
Because I love Ghost Dog when it came out.
Left Alive, bro. That's my.
Oh yeah, that's the one with Tilda Swinton and Tom Hiddleston, right?
That movie wraps me up in a blanket.
Yeah. But Ghost Dog, I mean, that's like 20-some years.
Yeah, that's 99, bro.
Oh, is
25 years.
Wow,
yeah,
dude, that's 99 was a good
That was the year, man.
You talked about it before.
Yeah, I just named a couple action movies out that year that would make the list.
Fight Club,
The Matrix.
Oh my God, you're right.
Ghost Dog would make the list.
Yeah,
like, Forest Whitaker is just so unlikely for that. Hell yeah! I was like, he kills every role, no matter what it is, whether the movie's bad,
whether it's Fast Times as the football guy,
random, right?
Yeah,
playing pool in fucking Color of Money, hustling Paul Newman, dude. I don't know what it was.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
So Forest Whitaker in The Color of Money, he plays pool against Paul Newman, who Fast Eddie is the man, and bro, he hustles him.
Really?
And he just looks cool as shit doing it. He's wearing this like denim jacket with like a red shirt under it. He's got like a small little afro.
Yeah.
And the way he's shooting is cute. He just looks like the coolest motherfucker. And he's probably like 21, maybe 20.
Wow.
He's young as hell. And I'm like, Forest Whitaker looks the coolest dude ever. I'm like, I forgot who was saying it. I think it was Scorsese. I think he was like,
because he was directing.
Yeah, I think he was like, all of this kid isn't in this movie much. People are gonna remember him, and they did. And now look at him. But dude, I mean, you gotta think about Forest Whitaker was in one of the worst action movies ever made. The goddamn John Van Damme movie,
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, where he's in that fighting tournament.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
He was in Bloodsport.
Yes, he's a cop in Bloodsport.
Dude, I haven't seen Bloodsport.
He's one of the dudes trying to get Jean-Claude Van Damme to go back to the military.
Oh, really?
The American military.
But he was also in Good Morning Vietnam, wasn't he? I
never saw that.
You never saw Good Morning Vietnam?
It it's good. Best Vietnam movie ever.
Honestly, it's probably one of Robin Williams' best, and it shows a different side of Vietnam. Because at the time there was a lot of Vietnam. Me knocking my glasses off. There was a lot of Vietnam films. You had Platoon, Hamburger Hill.
Platoon was out. Coming Home was out.
They had one.
Apocalypse Now.
I'm thinking just like the late 80s.
Oh, you're thinking that? Yeah,
because
they did make a lot.
There was one with I think Sean Penn and Michael J. Fox. Casualties of War. Yeah, and there was probably all the Missing in Action movies with Chuck Norris.
Your boy.
Yeah,
yeah, that's your boy.
Hey, those are action movies.
2 before 1. Right?
Yes,
I remember that.
So like it was great because Robin Williams plays a DJ in Vietnam.
Turntables,
like on a radio station.
Okay.
And so it would have been turntables then.
Yeah, back then.
Like Bruno Kirby's in it.
Wow.
And I believe Forest Whitaker, Robin Williams. It's just an incredible film to show you a different side of what soldiers.
Is it more fun?
It's fun, but it's serious. It has gravitas to it. It's sort of like a MASH. How MASH is fun, but
I was going to say, where does it stack up against MASH?
You know what? It might be. I don't think it's as good as MASH because I love MASH.
Good, yeah.
But it's like I think because of MASH, they were able to make this film and make it good.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll have to add it to my list.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Fury Road. That was a long.
Yeah, sorry guys. Like, listen, we like action films over this way. You know what I mean? We got the superhero man here, and I just like them all. So, all right, Fury Road.
Yeah, tell me. How about you describe the film?
Okay.
And I'll kind of interject.
Yeah, you're going to have to interject. All right, so Fury Road.
I mean, you already basically said it's a road movie, right?
It's a road movie, 100%. Like, this whole movie pretty much is one long journey.
Yeah.
And I think that's the cool part about it, but also it kind of like, I don't know. I will say it keeps the film moving. But at the same time, you just want to hit the rest stop for it. At some point, I'm like, man, just take me to the gas station so I can get something to eat.
It's like 1917 in a way. Like, do you think this film influenced the filmmaking of 1917?
I'd have to say it does.
Whereas I mean, there's obviously more cuts, but it's like, it seems like it's a really compact period of time that you're with these people and you feel like that anxious.
It's very urgent. Yeah, I was like, it's a very urgent movie.
Yeah.
1917 is definitely urgent in that way. Somehow, some way. Even though 1917, I feel like takes place over a much shorter period of time.
Oh, it definitely does.
It feels like it's slower pace in a weird way than Fury Road. But they definitely...
Yeah.
Shawn Mendes was definitely watching Fury Road like, yo, this shit's hard.
Yeah.
But I love 1917. I love that movie. When the one... Let's not even talk about
we might have to go over sometime.
We could do that. We could do a.
Because I'm still traumatized,
dude. I'm like, bro, this is such a good film.
Yeah.
Anywho, so we start out and we got Max. Max is he's getting held captive. He gets caught by, what were they called?
Scavengers.
Scavengers. They're really pale white and they have shaved heads.
War Boys.
The War Boys.
Yeah. But some of those guys were. Like, they are called scavengers, but specifically, the War Boys are because they're Half-Lives.
Yeah, they're all branded up and they're like really white and bald and trippy looking. And they catch Max and they cut his hair off, which was another favor done.
Yeah, that's how you know, believe it or not, because I was watching it again. That's how you know it is Max and not like, oh, is this another character and blah, 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 because of all the lore about Max. Because I was watching it and his hair is... It's different than Mel Gibson's was in Thunderdome, thank God, because you loved it.
Wig technology was thrown then, yeah.
But I could tell that it's like it's still the same Max, and he has the Pursuit Special because he took time to rebuild it.
Yeah,
because if you don't know like a little bit of the backstory, that is actually the backstory. He did some other shit to get even a V8 and everything together to rebuild it. So it is actually Max.
And I mean, later he does tell us.
Yeah.
But that's not to the very end.
Yeah, he does, but at the same time, it's almost like, could it be like the Feral Kid from Road Warrior?
He started hitting the weights.
Yeah.
He started hitting the weights.
He is.
Dude, Tom Hardy was yoked and
he was,
because he still had that Bane. Yeah, he still that Bane.
Yeah,
Bane husk. So
yeah,
but yeah, he gets captured. They're got him all chained up. They cut his hair and all that. And he's like, I'm cool.
Scene.
So I'm cool with a haircut.
I'm cool with the tats.
I'm cool with tats.
Yeah,
first of all, that was a nitpick because I was like, this shit is gonna get infected.
Oh yeah, I don't think they cared.
I would have. I'm like, hold on, where's the fucking cleaning sanitation?
Yeah, because the mechanic is the guy doing it, right?
Yeah,
he's like the doctor and the mechanic.
As a guy with tattoos, listen, I only let one person touch this body. And he lives, if we're driving, 11 hours away. That's how particular I am.
Wow.
On my tattoo.
So like every tattoo is the same guy?
Yeah.
That explains the quality because I can see them.
Yes, and that's why I'm like, if I'm going to put this on me forever, it's got to look right. It's got to be somebody I can trust. I've known him since I was, 13. So.
And this is going to sound terrible, but like, the color of your skin, the tattoos are a good color.
Yeah.
That's because sometimes people don't think about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, and obviously, the darker you are, the harder it's going to be for tats to show. Luckily, I'm a nice brown. My tattooer described me as like tatting a Mexican.
Oh, really?
He's like, yeah, you're like tatting a Mexican, bro.
Well, I see the Libra.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, he put he's good at shading and knowing how to work the skin breaks. Using your skin as color too. So he's awesome. Good with that. So yeah, but I mean, I waited for him because once he started, I knew he was tatting, and I was like, okay, he's decent, and I was like, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Oh, you wanted to get?
Oh yeah, I wanted him to get better, and I watched him. He moved to Vegas, and once he got there, bro, he just really started taking off. And once he moved back to where we're from, I was like, it's his time. And
wow.
So then now he's been doing my tattoo since.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that bothered me because that tattoo would have got infected. It was very disgusting. I didn't see no cleaning going on. They didn't even shave him.
Yeah, you're right. And you would think then when he has his t-shirt on later, there'd be like blood or something on the t-shirt on the back.
That joint got infected. Look, there's a lot of physical pain nitpicks I have with this
okay,
film.
Yeah, we'll
get there. But so Max gets captured, and they're about to brand this dude, and that was the final straw for him. He was like, you can tap me, cut my hair, chain me up, no problem. But I'm not getting branded.
Yeah.
So once he sees that brand, he freaks out, beats the hell out of these dudes. He's running away, and like he's almost away. He's still chained up though, and he jumps onto the crane.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they pull him back, and I was like, okay.
And that's when you see the titles, man.
Yeah, and I was like, and right at that moment, I was like, I think I misjudged this movie because this opening scene was badass.
Yeah.
And so
it's almost like a silent film.
It is.
I think I said that before, but it's like you can see Buster Keaton or Harold Lloyd doing it.
Yeah, and the way it's edited too. Yeah. It's edited really like chaotically.
Yeah, like an old film.
Yes, and at first I was like, this is weird. But when as the film went on, I started to like it.
Yeah.
It started to add this kind of fun, flavorful touch to it. It kind of cut down some of the seriousness because this movie is kind of serious.
Yeah, it is.
In tone. Like, there's I didn't laugh much. There's not.
It's definitely an anti-Thunderdome.
Yes, like because Nicholas Hoult is definitely the comic relief, even though he's not.
Yeah, he's not trying to be.
The guy who made me laugh really at any point.
And the only reason he's funny is because he really believes what he's
crazy
saying.
Stuff. Yeah. Like, this guy's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's like, oh, what a lovely day, and it's like
that part. That's in my best. That made me laugh, and I'm like, dude, he was so animated and insane. Like, he was good. He was very good. But so Max is, they got him, and
he's a blood donor for these war boys who need blood because it's like this weird thing where that Immortan Joe is their leader. It's his brand that he was running from. And it's like his children have physical defects.
Mm-hmm.
And these war boys have like, was there tumors on nuts?
It was, he had the things. He called them something.
Yeah.
I forgot what he called them.
But he knew they were killing
him. Yeah, he knew it was killing them.
Yeah.
These guys were essentially Japanese kamikaze pilots.
Yeah, because they were disposable. And you're right. That's all they did.
They didn't care. They were like, like, bro, Nicholas Hoult was ready to die. No, he was ready to die.
Nicholas Hoult is our dude from -1 because he ended up trying to turn around, but he was ready to die.
He was ready to die.
You're right. But
remember, he's like, I'll die and come back. I'll die and come
back.
He's like, bro, he's like,
holla.
Yeah. Bro, that's what I'm saying. He was the funniest. He's like, yo, what are you talking about?
And they shiny and chrome, so they put the chrome on their lips.
And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, God,
I guess that's like their fender.
And that, bro, like
or their grill.
Dude, when the one dude gets hit with the arrows, and he's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, bro, this dude. I'm like, these dudes are insane.
Yeah.
I was like, but it's not a bad Max movie without some insane groups of dudes that don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah, because these crazy marauders and whatever else, they'll just in every Mad Max film.
Yeah, there's them like
except for Thunderdome. They're not as
everyone's
crazy.
civilized in Thunderdome.
Yeah, Thunderdome is like Buster Keaton's the general.
Yeah,
they're on, like,
seriously, they're on train tracks. Everyone's kind of friendly. No one wants to kill anyone.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? I better see some. I was like, when I was watching this again, I was like, I know I'm gonna see a lot more dudes die, which I did.
Yes, in crazy, insane ways.
Yeah, like I think it's undeniable that what the hell am I doing with my phone? I think it's undeniable that this movie has good action.
Yeah,
the action's there. So
the stunt guys are probably this
is why they need
MVPs,
to make Oscars for stunts.
Yeah, they should.
Without them, this movie don't work.
You're right.
Work.
Yeah,
like it would just be dudes walking and driving then.
And there's like some CGI in it, and you can kind of tell
a little bit,
but It was mostly practical. Probably like 90% practical.
It's gotta be, bro. The way I was watching again. I was like, I am impressed with what G Mills did here.
Because even those guys like on those things, my God, like bending down and picking him up and stuff.
It's crazy.
How they choreographed it blows my mind.
And I'm like, who's the stunt guy who is on the stake on the front of the car? Oh, I know that wasn't no Tom.
Yeah,
that guy gets a gold star.
Yeah, he does. Wearing, oh God,
that freaking chain and that mask on. Like, dude. So like you were saying, these guys. So the issue is water.
Yeah,
it's still gas. Yeah, gas is still needed, but this one is more focused on water.
But they have a whole town to make gas.
Yeah,
or guzzling.
Yeah, but I was like, they don't call it gas.
Yeah, it's gas town, but they make guzzling.
And then what was they wanted ammo, right?
Yeah, Bullet Town.
Yeah, Bullet Town. Bullet Town and Gas Town.
And Morton Joe set it up so like, you know, where he is at the Citadel, there's like the water and the food.
And he controls it all.
He controls the water.
He's an asshole.
Because he's like, don't get addicted to the water. Don't get addicted
to the water. And that was my first best quote.
Yeah.
He
once again, fucking, was it Keith Reese Byrne or whatever? Yeah, has the best fucking lines.
He's got great lines.
I
mean,
and his voice.
And like, he's like Darth Vader out in this movie, dude.
He's
on oxygen with a breathing machine, and he's got fake everything. Like,
you're right. He is the Mad Max version of
Darth Vader. He's a villain. He's basically running the Empire.
He is.
And he's robotically controlled, bro. Without that mask, he's screwed.
Yeah.
So he's a dickhead, and so he runs everything. And
he's a dickhead, but his one son is called Scrotus. So what?
I totally didn't even think about that. But he runs the water, and you see him tease the town, and he drops the water down from the get, and then just turns that shit off right when they get a little taste. And what do? They fight over it, of course.
Oh, naturally, because they have to. Like,
I immediately thought of the Holy Mountain.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
With the scene where the thief acts like Christ, and the alchemist is like, you want to perform miracles like Christ? I'll show you what happens.
Yeah.
And he makes all the bread, and the people fight over it.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought about immediately. And I'm like, this dude is effed up.
I was wondering if George Miller had seen Jodorowsky
definitely watching it, dude.
Yeah.
When we watch El Topo, you'll be like, he was watching this shit when he thought about Mad Max.
Yeah, because even like
El Topo's deserty western type film, trippy like Mad Max.
Because there's one point where they show one dude who like has no legs,
and I was thinking very Jodorowsky like.
Yes.
Disabled people. He used disabled people in all his movies. Like every Jodorowsky movie has a disabled guy in it. So Jodorowsky was influencing it. Trust me, man. He's a director's director.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He's not like Kubrick. I kind of consider Kubrick a director's director. Too.
Yeah, just like the Velvet Underground's like a band.
That's a band's band for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Although I love the Velvet Underground.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, Lou Reed is just
incredible,
man, dude. He's the man, dude.
Transformer.
Like,
oh my god, yeah.
Dude, he was beastly. Anyways, that's a whole nother conversation.
We could do a Todd Haynes film sometime, because he did a great documentary about the
film. Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to check
and
that
Velvet
out.
Goldmine, the film he did like 25 years ago or 26 years ago.
I wanted to see that. Dude, I really wanted to see that. I heard that was good.
It's amazing.
All right, I want to see that.
So anyway, I'm sorry, back to George Miller.
So George Miller. So anyway, now the thing is, they want to get the water, or not the water, they want to get the bullets and the gas.
Yes.
The water is what everyone needs and wants, bro. People are thirsty. And I'm like, I don't know how these people are surviving on this little water. I'd be dehydrated.
Yeah, because they're on fucking Arrakis.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I'd be dehydrated. His sun is beaming 24/7. Like, at least it feels like. And I love the way he edited the night scenes with the blue.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, this is weird. But by the end, I was like, I like this.
He shoots night for day. Or day for night, I mean.
Really?
Yeah, because I saw an interview with him. So I think that's why it's blue, because it's actually daytime when they're filming it.
Wow.
It's because you can't see anything
then. If in the desert, you're right.
Yeah.
So, you got to get all these unnatural light now.
But it does add a really amazing effect to it.
Yeah, it just gives it this, it puts a nice filter on this madness, because this movie is kind of depressing.
Oh my God,
it's really effed up in a lot of ways. So, Max is chained up with these guys, and they're on a mission. So they're on a mission to get, first of all, I guess we got to start talking about Furiosa, huh?
Oh, yeah. Because Furiosa is an imperator?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Yeah.
A driver.
Yeah, she's a driver. She's essentially driver. Max back in the day.
She's what Max was doing in the Road Warrior.
Yeah, she's Max back in the day. So she's got the gas, but she's got a side quest.
Yeah.
And she wants to save these girls.
Yeah, because Immortan Joe,
he likes to knock up young girls.
Why?
Because he wants a son.
He's trying to get a son that, like a perfect
son. Yeah, because they're all deformed.
Yeah, they're all deformed in some way. And I'm assuming that has to do with something after the fall, because it was a nuclear thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
radiation.
So I'm assuming he's fucked up. He'll never have a perfect son.
Never. And I'm like, dude,
no matter how perfect.
What kind of shots is he shooting anyway?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm like, dude, I feel like it's you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, it ain't these young
baby brother.
Yeah. Ain't these young girls, bro, ready to go?
I guess that was Rictus.
Yeah, I'm like, but I'll give Immortan Joe credit. He got a nice taste in ladies.
He did, yeah.
I know Charlize Theron's in this movie, so everybody's probably gonna think she's the hottest girl in here. She ain't.
No, she's made to
not be.
She's made to look more like Mad Max.
Mad Max shaved head with the what's that, blue paint, whatever.
I think it's grease because she got it off the
that's right.
off the thing one time. Yeah,
and she's real dirty, and she's kind of Vader like. She's like Anakin before the legs got cut.
Yeah,
because she got the robot arm.
So she's kind of disarming.
She's disarming. Yeah, she's she's got the arm and. But she is good at what she does. She's a good driver, and she knows the vehicle very well. She can feel it, kind of like Max.
Yeah,
and I think that's why Max does eventually take to her, even though we know these two actors couldn't fucking stand each other.
No, they couldn't.
It's crazy, man. They both got a lot to say about
it. I read a little bit about what George Miller said about it. And it's basically
God?
Like Charlize is very punctual,
yes,
and very regimented about how she does things because I guess she trained as a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
So you practice and do everything. And I guess Tom Hardy wasn't.
He was not. Yeah, he came in loose.
And
late,
and he was like, So at the time, whatever each one was going through, it just affected their relationship.
Mm-hmm. But this is how you know they're two really good actors, because if you didn't know this, you couldn't tell at all. They played off each other so well.
I don't know, that fight scene maybe was a little bit of it.
That felt, when I was watching that fight scene, knowing what I know, I'm like, there was some steam release here.
Yeah.
Tom was looking like he wanted to punch her for real.
Yes.
I want to knock this. He's like, this ain't Furiosa, this is Charlize. So Charlize comes through, and so she takes these little girls from Immortan Joe. I almost called him the toe cutter.
You know what? You might as well. Right? Just call him Immortan Toe.
Immortan Toe. That's perfect. That's his name for the rest of the episode.
Okay.
So Immortan Toe, he's pissed because he's taking the girls, and the dab is the one he suspects is going to have his perfect son. She's a tall, very slender model chick, played by Abby Lee. She's super cute. At least I think so.
Was she in a Transformers movie?
No, that's the other one. That's the really pregnant one that he snatched.
Oh, okay.
Right. She's in a Transformers movies. I think the Mark Wahlberg one
or Dark of
the Moon. One of them.
Yeah, one of them.
She's super cute. And so she's in that. So you got her, you got the dab, the two blondes, you got the redhead. I can't remember her name. Then you got Zoe Kravitz, light skinned chick.
Yeah.
So you got a nice group of girls here. All of them are cute. So you're like, okay. So Max is like, sheesh.
Oh yeah, he comes around
the corner. He's like, sheesh.
Is this a mirage?
I'm like, damn. He's like, I know I'm holding y'all up. Sheesh. Yeah.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. Tripping. Yeah, keep spraying that water on yourself. It was a wet t-shirt contest. Yeah. So Max. So anyway, so Charlize is driving, and Max is with the. Almost call them the Proud Boys. Max is with the War Boys.
You might as well.
Max is with the War Boys, and they're on a mission So they all seem to kind of have their own little agendas going on.
Yeah.
The War Boys. But they all are, in a weird way, helping Furiosa, but not. They're helping her because they want her. Because there's people trying to get to her.
Yeah, because Immortan Joe, once he realizes that his concubines are missing, like, he goes after them. So they all want to get her. That way they can, like, be his whatever.
His, like, right hand.
Because he's the guy. Because, okay, do you know why they call him Immortan Joe?
No.
Okay, so he was, before the fall, he was a colonel, Colonel Joe Moore.
Mm-hmm.
And he found the Citadel. So he and his guys went to, like, take it over from whoever was there. And it took he went in there, like, almost solo, because almost all of his guys died. Almost. He went in there, and they thought he died, and he came out 3 days later. So it's a very Christ-like thing. So they thought he was immortal. And so he ended up taking over, and that's why he controls everything. And they think he's immortal, so they think that's why they say he'll take me to Valhalla, to the gates of Valhalla. He's gonna, I'll live, die, and live again because he did.
Yeah,
that's why they say that.
Which he didn't.
So it's like a cult.
Yeah, it's very cult-like.
Yeah,
I mean, very.
And that's why I think they're doing this stuff and that's why they're willing to die.
They're willing to die
because they know
he's like, I'm coming back.
Yeah,
and it's all good.
And so I think they're trying to get, like, that place at the table with their savior.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So that's basically what's going on. So all these guys are hunting down Furiosa and these girls. And Max is a prisoner, and his blood is helping these guys live, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it helped because, I mean, they do transfusions.
Yeah. I mean, they're advanced.
It's like in Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
The apes were more civil, but yeah.
Yeah, they were.
So they're chasing them and be getting intense and insane car chase with Max staked up on the front of this car.
Yeah.
And it looks very dangerous.
Very.
It's spinning around.
Oh my God.
He's getting shot at. People were throwing arrows by his face.
Everything's exploding around him.
Like, dude.
It's hard to explain if you haven't seen it.
I'm like, it's really, there's so many moving parts in this scene. A lot of guys die. There's guys throwing arrows. There's dudes playing guitar and making
Oh my God, the Dude Warrior.
Yeah. I thought that was a terrible touch. I thought that was terrible.
I enjoyed the fact that
to the score.
But I think it was interesting that, like, Immortan Joe needs his own soundtrack as he's driving.
And I like that. That's cool. But I'm like, these guys will get murdered.
Yeah.
Like, your music's going to stop real fast. like you're going right in your favorite part.
Yeah.
The guitarist gets shot in the neck with an arrow. I was like, why are we focused on playing live music?
And that dude was blind.
Chaos is going on. Yeah.
You saw when his mask or whatever came off at the end, it's like he doesn't even have eyes.
Yeah. He couldn't even dodge it. He just took it and died. So I'm like, this guy's, and they got, like, it was like a party when Joe was riding around, which I'm like, bro, this is not a parade.
And this dude's fucking pissed off and angry.
Yeah.
And you're right. Everyone's like, he looked at me.
Yeah. Yo, he was like, yeah, he looked at, bro. I'm like, bro, you just nutted because this guy looked at you?
And the other guy's like, he was looking at your blood bag.
Right? It ain't like fucking Margot Robbie looked at you. Like,
yeah.
Come on, bro. Yeah. Your bloodbath, which is Max.
Yeah.
He's looking like, this dude looks hard. Man.
Yeah.
So
he was excited. That's why excited. He looked hard.
Max.
Those other pants live up to the imagination.
Max is the best looking dude in the whole film by far.
He is.
That's why all the girls kept looking at him like, and he was saving them and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Furiosa could say whatever she wanted. She was trying to max out. She was trying to hit her max potential. So.
But she didn't know because she didn't know his name was Max till later.
She didn't,
because she asked him his name and he's like, "Doesn't matter."
Until she knew it. It was her full potential. Now,
you're right. You're right.
So,
there, you've been around me too long.
But so they do Max and Nux, who is the main war boy or war dog or whatever.
Yeah, war boy.
Yeah, he's insane. He's got these insane ideals, and they all think he's crazy. But him and Max, go at it in this car, and stuff's blowing up, and it's a lot happening.
They're chained together because he's using Max's blood.
Yeah. And so Max is just trying to get this damn thing off, and they crash really bad.
They crash hard, man.
They would have both died. And that was one of my nitpicks. Because there is no fucking way on this planet.
Look,
Nux definitely wouldn't have lived.
Well, look, you got to look at it this way.
Sand is soft, but not like that.
Look, if Indiana Jones can survive a nuclear blast in a refrigerator,
he would have died too.
I don't want to hear it.
Yo, listen, Indy is the man, but he should have died a lot. He should have died in Temple of Doom. His feet would have been destroyed from raiders. Like,
this man
would have been in a wheelchair for his life. End of Adventures.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know, so these boots can only hold when you get pulled in freaking gravel, and boots are going to give out. Anywho.
So you're saying that, like, if his feet would have been destroyed, he would have been like FDR most of his presidency. Not a stand-up kind of guy.
Yes, not a stand-up kind of guy. He would have needed the little sticks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but anywho, so they crash really bad, and
I don't even know how long it takes him to get up because he's covered.
He's covered. That's what it's like. But it couldn't have been that long.
It couldn't have been
a few hours.
Oh, because they were in a storm.
Yeah, they were in a storm.
Yeah,
and it couldn't have been that long because the girls would have been gone.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm thinking maybe an hour.
Maybe.
You know, which, let's keep it real. If you did survive that, you ain't getting up in no hour.
But see, Max though.
Max is a different breed.
Yeah, he is because he has to be.
Especially this version. I feel like Mel Gibson's Max is not as hard.
No,
Tom Hardy's
because he says something important in the beginning. He says he's the one who runs from the living and the dead.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're constantly running from like even your own demons, you're always in fight or flight.
Yep.
And so you always have that adrenaline.
Yeah, this version of Max is definitely, he's hard.
Bad. I think he's the best version.
I actually do too.
If Tom Hardy would have been in Road Warrior,
holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's no knock on Mel. No. I think Mel stepped up huge in Road Warrior.
He did, yeah.
And he carries Thunderdome. But like, Tom Hardy he was far more intimidating to me than Mel was.
You're right, he's physically intimidating.
Yeah. But in real life, I'd be way more afraid of Mel Gibson than Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah, because it's always the quiet guys. Yeah. You gotta watch it. You were saying that I think last week.
Yep,
right?
always a quiet guy.
Yeah. But see, Tom Hardy is about the same size as Blaster.
Yeah, he's only like 5'7", I think.
But
muscle wise,
if he would have been in Thunderdome with Blaster,
oh my God,
Blaster would have been like,
yo, this is gonna be a real fight.
Yeah. Like, Blaster wouldn't have been cocky.
He wouldn't have been. He'd be like,
or Master would have been cocky before Blaster.
He's like, I don't know this. This dude ain't scared. I don't know.
Yeah,
unknowns are unknowns.
Yeah.
So they crash, and Max gets up, dusts himself off, and he's still chained to Nux, who you think is dead at the moment.
Oh yeah, you do. But he's still
alive.
Yeah.
Nux was like Tuco for the whole movie until
he
chose his own fate.
Yeah, he did. Because he believed in, at that point he had hope, which he never had before.
Yes. And he was willing to do it for the greater good.
And that redhead, he actually
he liked her a lot. They were vibing. Which I'm like, dang, you can pull her. And this time, sky's the limit.
Yeah. That was the hope.
That was,
oh, shit. Yeah. And I think they were white and kind of like whatever they did with their face and stuff, it kind of looked like skeletons.
That's what they look like.
Yeah.
They look like background.
Like jacked skeletons.
Yeah.
But they only look jacked because they were so thin.
So they were shredded. Yeah, they were shredded skeletons. They ain't eat much here.
Yeah.
So Max drags Nicholas Hoult. He finds a sawn off. He thinks he can blow it off, but it's
that always happens in Mad Max movies. Happened in Road Warrior. Happened in didn't it happen in Beyond Thunderdome?
It was in Beyond Thunderdome too.
Yeah.
Like the sawn offs just suck in this movie. So in this world, carry a pistol, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
So he drags them over, and he finds the girls, and they're hosing down. And he's like, "Holy shit! What t-shirt contest?"
Yeah,
and he's like, wait, they got bolt cutters.
Yeah, because they're cutting off the chastity belt.
Yep, yeah. I was like, the chastity belt, so to cut them off and free the kittens.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, you see all the girls at once, and you're like, wow, this ain't bad. And Max comes through and he pulls out the sawn off to intimidate him, and he's like, "Yo, give me some of that water. Come cut this off."
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know if she was just trying to stall or if she was just too weak to cut the chains. But he has one of the skinniest girls in the world trying to cut this. But I think she was doing it on purpose so Charlize could attack him. But Furiosa wasn't having it. She runs at this man, and they have a fight for the ages.
They do.
Dude, they was going at it, dude. Throwing each other.
And the whole time he's still chained
He's still chained
with a car door in between.
He's dragging him. Yeah. I'm like, bro, this man's jacked. That's why I was like, this is Bane mixed with Mad.
Yes.
Like, so he's mad this whole movie, which I like.
Yeah.
It didn't take him time to get mad.
And they kind of explain, though, that Mad isn't necessarily like pissed off. It's insane.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's, at this point, it's been
however long.
10 years at least.
Yeah.
So 10 years of this will drive you fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And I think that was a good thing, too, because he seemed less nuts in Thunderdome, but he seemed full-blown psycho on Fury Road. And Tom Hardy shows that really well. And him and Furiosa, my lord, they are going at it. And don't get me wrong, guys. I know I ain't talking up Charlize. She was very good as Furiosa.
She was subdued, though.
She was subdued. And, and everyone was kind of like, oh, man, Charlize. And I'm like, Tom.
Yeah.
I was like, Tom went hard. And a lot, I mean, she was quiet. A lot of the girls talked more than her.
Yeah.
And I was like, but she played this stoic, very tough girl role very, very well. And so, long story short, they get into it. They realize, hey, maybe we can help each other.
Yes.
And they embark on this journey together. And of course, along the way, essentially, they're just trying to get to. They got the girls, and they're trying to,
where Furiosa says she's from.
Yeah, she's trying to get to her homeland, and all these dudes are just fucking going crazy along the way. Man, and pretty much from here on out, it's kind of nonstop metal action.
Yeah,
till the end. There's a couple parts where you chill out for a minute, where you meet her people.
Yes,
but they go along, and you're discovering a lot of things along the way.
That one woman who was like naked on top of the thing, Megan Gale is her name.
That's her name. I was going to look her up because I was like, wow, she's very pretty.
Back in the mid-aughts, George Miller was going to direct a Justice League movie. She was going to be Wonder Woman.
She would have been perfect.
Yeah.
She would have been perfect. Long dark hair.
Yeah, like 2007.
Yeah, she would have been good. Nice.
I think I talked about it before. That's when Armie Hammer was going to be Batman.
That would have been kind of badass.
Yeah.
She was all right. Yeah, so Max along the way, him and Furiosa, they ain't getting along well.
No, not at all.
Just like in real life.
Because they don't trust each other.
They don't trust each other. And you don't blame them.
They have to get to that point of trust. Like, I forget what exactly happened. Oh, I think
he saves one of the girls, I think.
Well, I think before that he goes back and reattaches the fuel pod.
Yeah, that's right. He starts helping out with the car.
He's like, I'll go get it.
Because he is good. Obviously, he's a mechanic too. So he is good with the car. And I mean, once he gets the chains off, dude, he starts going real hard.
He's really going
with that
file.
He's like, he's trying to get it off, bro. You gotta get it off, dude. That thing was probably fucking annoying. Comfortable.
Yeah.
But we discovered Nux isn't dead.
Yeah.
So Nux is, we kind of want to kill Nux right now, but we kind of need Nux at the moment. So we're like,
because he is a motorhead, so
he knows cars and he can drive. He can drive too, and that's important because later on that comes in handy.
And he can drive without a steering wheel.
Without a steering wheel, and he's even though because he takes it off and he's like, he's a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
But Nux is one of them characters that he switches on you.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck this guy. And then you're like, well, damn, Nux.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, he is actually a good person. It's his circumstance.
Yep, victim of circumstance.
Yeah.
And so they go through, and these girls are, two of them are pregnant. One's ready to drop. And she was kind of the voice of wisdom, saying a lot of the insightful stuff. And she didn't like a lot of the ways they were going about handling business on the way. She wanted to go a more peaceful route in a lot of situations, which why I don't know. If I was her, I'd be ready to maim and kill.
Because she's the one who I think wrote that stuff in the room where they were, like the, our babies won't be warlords.
Yeah.
And like, who killed the world? I think that's what it was.
Yes, who killed the
world. That's like the most important question in the whole film.
It really is. Like, what the?
Because whoever did this made our situation what it is.
Mm-hmm. And now look at us. All we do is drive cars. That's literally our lives is driving cars. Yeah. And so her and all the other girls, their personalities start to shine through. And we start to see these girls as individuals and not just a group of girls. Because they're all different. And they all come with their own set of intelligence and skills. And we hit a point where, unfortunately, Immortan Toe catches up with us. Yeah. And we lose the main girl.
Yeah, his favorite.
And she was pretty much ready to give birth. She was poking.
Well, I think the mechanic said 1 more month and you would have had a perfect.
Yep, 1 more month. Yep. Yeah. So she was ready to go. And they snatch her up. And fortunately, she bites it. Yeah. And Immortan Joe doesn't give a fuck about her. He just wants to know if the baby's going to be okay.
Yeah. And cut it out.
Cut it out. And oh, God.
I like when he's holding her, though, after, like, the crash. He's like, For some reason, the way he does it, though. You know what I mean?
So caveman-like.
It is, kind of.
Ways. Like, yeah, he's strange.
Because they thought, like, Max was, like, a feral animal, which is why they had the mask on.
Yeah,
but, like,
she's not.
But you could tell, like, he was.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, my God. And, like, and that's the funny thing. It's like I keep
about
comparing them to Toe Cutter, but they're polar opposites.
Yeah,
Toe Cutter was very refined and poetic and kind of worldly. Yeah, and Immortan Joe is like some dude in the back of the bar pounding beers.
Yeah, yeah, he has beer muscle.
Yeah, he does. Like that's like, but they are worshipped in the exact same way. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to not compare them, and they're the same actor. So it's kind of hard to not compare them. I think it's cool him coming to reprise that role so many years later. Yeah. But that's still not the biggest gap for a role reprisal. I think it's still Billy D. Williams for Lando Calrissian.
Wait.
Or did that get surpassed recently?
How long was it between for Han Solo? Or the same amount of time?
Same amount of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or I guess
actually no. It's longer for Billy because he didn't come back until the last one, Rise of Skywalker. So,
okay.
So he skipped because Han Solo came back for Force Awakens.
You're right.
So you got him there, and then he was gone. So it was
But wait, what about Blade Runner?
That's a pretty big one, but I actually think it was longer for for Billy D.
Oh, because if it was Rise,
and then it was 2019.
No,
and then Blade Runner would have been 81, and then it would have been 2017.
Yeah, but Billy D was in Return of the Jedi in 83.
He is. You're right. Yeah. So it would have been 83 to 19.
Yeah.
It might be the same amount of time.
Yeah, but it's still Harrison Ford and Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, they're the guys. They're like, we're down to come back. Let's wow. So, I mean, they're both legends. But anywho, so Joe's insane, and
Toe.
It's Toe. Sorry, Toe is insane. My man Immortan Toe.
Yeah,
he's just like a weird caveman. I don't know. I don't get why these people. I don't know. Anyone with half a brain would know. Yeah, still legend.
Because he rose again on the third day.
But anyone with half a brain would be like, legends are often wrong. I feel like this guy's retarded. So,
but it's after the fall, so like people needed, I think, something to believe in.
Yeah, true. And of course, like, I mean, hell, it's even in 2024, people still need something to believe in, which is why I deal with certain people that I deal with that are obsessed with certain things that I won't get into. Yeah. But anywho, so Max and the crew, they lose her. They're upset about it, and they kind of feel like, damn. But the other one's pregnant too.
Yeah.
And so
the Whisper song.
The Whisper, yeah. So she's pregnant too. The Dab. Yeah. And she kind of has no hope. She's kind of like,
she doesn't.
She's like, I think she felt like she was gonna die at any point. Yeah. I don't think she felt like this was gonna work.
She seems like a depressed emo.
She is. She is, and she was like, but she does seem to gather some hope once we finally meet the OG ladies.
Yes.
When we meet the Furiosa crew.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because when she starts talking to the one old lady, they become kind of friends with the seeds. And, oh my God, that lady gets... And then she hands her the bag of seeds. There are some fucking heartwarming, like, touching parts to this film.
Because that's still going to go on then.
Yes. And it's like, within this, you start seeing some bonds go on. Yeah. You see Max and Furiosa starting to gain. Now, I won't say trust, but respect.
Yes, yes, and after respect would come trust.
Trust, yes, because they do trust each other by the end.
By the end, but definitely.
They both see like, this dude's hard as fuck. This chick's hard as fuck. We're hard as fuck as a team. Yeah. We're killing it as a team. This is working, but I still sleep with one eye open. Yeah. So, and the girls, they're starting to like Max too, because they're like, he's our protector. Yeah. He's been taking bullets for them, not literally, but he's been making sure the girls
took like an arrow.
He definitely the one in the hand.
Yeah.
You can definitely. We'll talk about it after we go through what happens, because you already know I'm gonna ask about his fucking visions.
Oh yeah,
we'll get. You might. I'm sure you have some info on that.
I might.
But
yeah. Cause, I mean, basically, we're almost done with the movie.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, guys, this film isn't. It's a film where a lot happens, but not a lot happens. Yeah, a lot happens within small confinements of one thing,
and you almost have to see it, like, to explain it. Almost lessens the impact of
what it is. Telling you, it just sounds like I'm telling you a bunch of stupid, random things, but I'm like, it's all in a long journey. So all this stuff flows and it builds and builds on each other. So you see, Nux is starting to develop a relationship with one of the girls. The girls are bonding more, and they're taken to Max, and they're getting closer to Furiosa. The girls are starting to express their individual ideas and personalities, and so now you're even more invested in these girls when things happen to them. So now you're like, if all these girls don't make it to the end, I'm gonna be pissed off. Which, unfortunately, they don't. Yeah. So we lose, two of them? We lose the main one, the pregnant one. We lose Zoe Kravitz.
No, they get her back.
They get her back?
Yeah, they get her back. They get her out of the vehicle, but then they do get her back.
Oh, shit, they do. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because I was like, whoa! I was like, whoa! So most of them make it.
She was like, baby, it ain't over till it's over. That's what I told her. It ain't over till it's over. Back when Lenny Kravitz was doing his 70s kind of stuff.
He was going hard as shit back then.
Dude, man. Mama Said. That's
what my mama said. That was my...
Let Love Rule was a great album too, man.
Dude, I'm like, Lenny was my dude. A lot of people, call me Lenny Kravitz because of my style.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, but... Dude,
Lenny was... Let Love Rule, Mama Said, and Are You Gonna Go My Way? Those three albums,
Are You Gonna Go My Way was a game changer, bro.
Yeah.
That whole album was... And dude, the American Woman cover is like...
Terrible.
You hate it?
I do.
I love it, dude.
Dude, I hate it. And I'll tell you why I hate it. It was in the Spider Shack.
It was in the Austin Powers movie.
Yeah. So he re-released the album to put that song on it then. But it's like, to me, it took away from the beauty of that album.
You think so?
Like, he doesn't need to do cover songs because he's good enough on his own.
But
it's not bad, but it's like, it's not as good. Like, if he would have written that song himself, like, obviously in the 70s he wouldn't have, but it's like, it was the Guess Who did it originally? Mm-hmm. If it would have been like Lenny Kravitz original, it'd be different. But it left no room for him to be himself and be creative like he can be.
He put his own sauce on it, though.
All he did was mention his song "Fly Away."
As far as the sound of it, I mean.
Oh yeah,
he put that Lenny sauce on it.
But it's not as good as "Are You Gonna Go My Way?"
That title track is fucking, dude. Just the way it opens, bro, with the guitar
and. All of My Life, Where Have You Been?
Dude.
I Wonder If I'll Ever See You. Dude. That song, you know what I mean? Like,
that's you're laying in bed with your girl. Yeah. Y'all having a little moment, you put that shit on.
Yeah.
She'll fall in love with you all over again.
But even like I said, Let Love Rule, off of his first album, which I can't even, that might be the name of the album.
I think it's Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah. Like, that song is incredible, and obviously, we were talking about a couple off of Mama Said, I don't know, just that American Woman cover just pissed me off.
I liked it.
I'm sorry.
Then again, I was like, nah, when it came out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is different.
So I was a kid.
You probably think of Roller Girl when you hear it. Because of
I do, and that's not a bad thought to jump in your head from time to
Yeah,
time.
no. It's just, he had better shit. That's the problem.
But my mom was a big Kravitz fan, so I grew up with him.
I mean, anything he does is great. Because the great thing about him is, I believe it might still be this way, he has everything on his album.
Yeah, I think he does all the instruments.
Like he and Dave Grohl. You know what I mean? Like they are just amazing.
And we just knew when you went from being a drummer to a lead man and lead guitar player.
Yeah.
You were insane. I'm like, okay, so you can sing, you can write, you can play guitar.
And he always looks like he's having fun doing it. Dave Grohl, man.
Yeah, oh man, he loves it. Yeah.
He's still chewing the same piece of gum that he was doing like 30 years ago.
Bro, and then like, I don't know, the Foo Fighters just, I'm sure a lot of people were like, it ain't never gonna be Nirvana, but shit, they kind of surpassed Nirvana just from longevity alone.
In a lot of ways, yeah.
Like,
maybe not as far as like cultural impact.
Yeah, I was like, not as far as
but as far as like Grammys and longevity.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, he definitely made more money in Foo Fighters than he did.
Yeah.
He's still getting Nevermind royalties.
And dude, I still love like This Is a Call off of the first Foo Fighters album.
Fuck yeah.
That was the first track off that one.
God, dude, that first album was fire.
Incredible.
Oh,
and that song that they had on the X-Files soundtrack.
The song they have on there.
It was it's a really slow song that I'm gonna have to look up because I can't remember. I'll send it to you later. Dude, it's incredible though.
Bro,
it has to be the X-Files version from the first X-Files movie.
Oh, okay. I know you're very particular about your version.
Yeah, because there are different versions.
Yeah, right. Like I was talking to your daughter, she's like, "I'm usually a live version girl," and I'm like, "Call me bougie. I'm a studio guy."
Honestly, though, depends on the live version. Song, yeah. Just think about Nirvana Unplugged,
dude. And that was the first example she brought up.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
look, she must be my daughter.
Yeah, she is, and I'm like, even like Jay-Z's Unplugged was incredible. Like I do like some of the unplugged versions better than the studio sometimes, and like I think there's a Who live version of some song and I can't think of it and I like more. Elton John's got some good live. Like there's some good live. All right.
Okay, real quick, just speaking of Jay-Z, did you ever hear the that album, that mashup
with Linkin Park?
Yeah,
it's one of the best albums ever made.
Incredible,
dude. It's one of the best albums ever.
Oh my god,
made.
Dude,
I love that fucking incredible album, dude.
And I don't like Linkin Park.
Right, that's what, it'll make you like Linkin Park.
But I love them with Jay-Z. Oh my god,
dude. Like, that
was the most brilliant.
Oh my god, they were going to dude. What was it? When Mike Shinoda spit Izzo, I was like, oh my god, this is so dope, bro. Like,
it was a game changer.
It really was. That because no one was really. There's been rap and rock collabs. Obviously the classic Aerosmith.
Oh yeah,
Like, there have been collabs,
not like that.
Yeah,
no, that was like a whole other level.
That.
Yeah.
They took it, and the way they mashed it up, like they sounded like they always made music together.
Yeah,
it was weird. Like that shit.
It showed the brilliance actually of both
of
groups.
them. Yeah, and like it really
Jay-Z is in a group, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I think it really showed like Jay-Z is much more of an artist than I think people even thought.
Yeah, like he's able to produce things that, or like what he already produced, he's able to make it new,
and
make someone else's crap new.
Yeah, and he was smart just because now he tapped into a whole nother fan base.
Yeah,
because dude, like I got a friend. She's from New Jersey, North Jersey, right outside of New York. She saw Linkin Park in New York, and they brought Jay-Z out.
Really?
And she was like, dude, that fucking crowd erupted when that man came on stage. And that ain't his crowd.
Yeah.
But they know who he is.
Yeah.
They know him from the mashup.
Yeah. If it was after the mashup.
Yeah, it was after the mashup. This was like years after. So they hit it. It was a classic by then.
Yeah.
So they performed it. She was like, bro, I thought I was getting knocked out. Those people were going so crazy.
Wow.
So, I mean, yeah. But anywho, Mad Max.
Yeah, but see, what do they do to all the cars in Mad Max? They mash them up.
They mash them up. Yeah. And that's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
Man, yet again, Max's car gets effed up.
Oh, it gets smashed up.
Smashed up bad.
Oh, yeah, because then they redo it, and then it ends up getting fucked up all over again.
They made it worse.
Yeah.
I'm like,
they did make it worse.
I was like, this shit's ugly.
Yeah, because that was the guy that was riding with Nux
who
was driving that car.
Yep. So, So Max and the girls, they're going along, and Nux is really changing his tune of what he believed in. And I think he's starting to see, hey, Immortan Toe is an asshole.
Yeah.
And he's essentially holding these girls prisoner. And that's where this is a feminist piece.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, it's a feminist piece. This is a movie about women's lib. Those women needed to be liberated from this man's clutches. He controlled their lives, their bodies, everything. He had a fucking chastity belt on these women.
Yeah.
He was knocking them. You think they wanted to fuck him?
So even though it's like a distinctly Australian film,
mm-hmm.
do you think it says a lot about, like...
It speaks to our culture.
Yeah, because of, men telling women what to do with their bodies.
Yep, it speaks to our culture too.
Yeah,
I think it speaks... I feel like this is a world issue, especially, and it's way more of a problem in, other countries than it is here now.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want to be a woman in certain countries in the Middle East or shit like that, bro.
You mean you don't want women to get circumcised? So
I mean, I think women should do whatever they want to do. As long as they don't involve killing me.
Yeah.
As long, just...
I mean, a lot of countries have done a lot of terrible things to women. That, like, I wasn't saying that to be funny.
Yeah,
once I wasn't. It's sad because that's one of the things. Is like, it's terrible.
I'm like, I feel for the ladies a lot. I watched a film called "Promising Young Woman."
Oh yeah,
directed by Emerald Fennell, who did Saltburn, and it stars Carey Mulligan, who did Maestro with Cooper. And got the Oscar. She's fucking incredible.
She's in one of the best episodes of Doctor Who. It's called Blink.
Is incredible.
If they're still on Max, just look up that one episode of Doctor Who. It's called Blink.
All right.
It's from the David Tennant era, and Doctor Who is barely in it.
What is this, like 2010, 11?
This is like probably 2006,
oh,
2007.
Man, she's young.
Yeah, it's like before
36 now.
It's like before The Great Gatsby.
Okay. Oh,
and dude, it's probably one of the first things she did where people noticed her.
It's gotta be, because that's a while ago.
If you don't know anything about Doctor Who, it doesn't matter. If you watch that episode, you'll be like, I'm a fucking fan of Doctor Who.
Okay.
That episode is so amazing. And they had such a low budget, and they had to do so many things because of their budget being slashed. It's incredible. It's called Blink.
All right. Well, I'm watching the Twilight episode tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch that tonight, and I'll text you tomorrow.
Yeah. But, so stuff happens.
Yeah, stuff happens. So the girls, these guys are closing in. They're almost to salvation. They meet up with Furiosa's old squad, and they meet a bunch of veteran warrior chicks who are down to ride. They're down for the cause.
Because they were going to the land of many mothers, and they were all that was left. Few mothers.
Yeah, and luckily the one chick knew Furiosa.
Yeah,
she's like, it's our Furiosa.
I believe you see it in the beginning of Furiosa.
Oh, well, don't tell me.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I believe like some of the stuff gets fleshed out as to like
where she was.
Yeah.
It's not. I would like that. Yeah. It's better.
It's like it's not like a Smurf village. You know what I mean? Where it's all dudes, and then like Gargamel makes a chick. It's not like that.
Thank God, because Furiosa reviews are looking pretty strong.
I mean, I read the prequel comics, so I know a little more.
Okay.
But I believe they do go into that in Furiosa. We'll find out.
The reviews are looking good.
Yeah.
4 on Letterboxd right now.
Really?
So with a good amount of ratings, so I'm like, that's pretty strong. I think it's probably going to stay around there.
I'm sure, and even Chris Hemsworth.
And ATJ. I love both of them.
Chris Hemsworth always brings his A game, even if it's a bad movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he's working with George Miller, so you know he's going to fucking... they're like, yo, let's do this.
Because he grew up with these films.
Hell yeah. You know Chris Hemsworth was watching... He was like, I want to be like the dude with the hockey mask.
I actually read, believe it or not, his dad used to ride with the bikers from the original Mad Max.
Oh, bro, he was, he watched Mad Max 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? He probably called George Mills and was like, hey, bro, I'm available. I'm Australian.
I'm actually big enough now that I can call my own.
I'm big enough, and, bro, I'm Australian.
Yeah.
Actually get a real Australian in your movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Charlie's Australian, though, right?
She is actually
South African. Yeah, I knew that.
So if like white supremacists want to try to act like they're not racist, they'll be like, my favorite African is Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron, yeah. They'd be like, I love Africans.
Yeah, she's like the perfect Aryan African.
She's like she was what they were looking for in the apartheid era.
Yeah, he's like, I love Africans. Dave Matthews,
yes.
Charlize Theron.
There's a couple more people from South Africa I just can't think of.
Trevor Noah.
Oh, he's He's a little on the darker
side.
I
know he is, but I'm just saying.
He's light skinned though. He might get a pass in some hoods. But anyway, so they meet up with these chicks. They go along for the ride, bro, and the ride's crazy.
Oh my god, yeah, that last
chase, dudes are getting sliggity slayed left and right. Nux has got to confront his old people.
Yeah.
And they're calling him a traitor because he fell in love with one of these girls. And I mean, dude, you essentially fell in love with one of Immortan Toe's girls.
Yeah.
And it's like, now.
She's basically married. Right?
Yeah.
Because they call them his wives.
And crazy because you made a deal with Immortan Toe.
Yeah.
Saying, if you get this bitch, I'll personally walk you to Valhalla.
Yeah.
And that's what he told him.
Yeah. He did tell him that. And that means he's probably going to fucking kill him.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Personally murder you.
Yeah.
You know.
Because all these guys think they're going to die anyway. Like you said, they're kind of like kamikaze pilots.
Yeah.
And they call them like the Half-Life War Boys. Mm-hmm. Is that just what they tell them so they believe it?
Yeah, but hell yeah.
Because there's no way they.
It's just like in Japan.
Yeah.
That's what they're feeding these kids, dude.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody son. Come on, bro. I'm like,
I still think
this sounds like
man.
The short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Who?
The dude from -1.
Yeah.
I was
bro.
like, fuck this.
Yeah, he's like, that's what I was like. Everybody's looking at him like he crazy. I'm like, bro, this motherfucker was the smartest one.
Yeah, because he came back.
Yep.
And they lost anyway. I know that sounds ridiculous.
Exactly.
They lost, but he brought his ass back.
Yep. He was like, who's alive? Me.
Yeah.
So Nux is completely changed as a character. He actually has the most character development out of any character.
He does. His arc is incredible.
His arc is really good. Because at first he annoys you. And then by the end you're like,
but then he gets like deprogrammed.
He does.
And that's what happens.
And that's what you need.
And he's the one who like when Max is like everything's hopeless, he's the one who's like, it sounds like hope.
Sounds like hope. Yep.
And that's how you know he changed. He did a total 180.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Because his life
a good woman will make you think different. Yeah, she will. I mean, listen, you know.
Yeah,
and like
it's true.
You know, I've met some great women that have, inspired me in a lot of ways. So that can happen.
Yeah.
But dude, it gets real. It gets really real. We're getting close to salvation. And my girl Charlize, who killed Immortan Toe?
Charlize,
right?
Yeah. Remember me.
Remember me. That's right.
Because remember,
that's in my quote stuff.
When the War Boys die, they say, "Witness me." But she's like, remember me.
Yep. And she like rips his face off.
Yeah.
Like she rips the Darth Vader mask off him.
Yeah.
He's bleeding. It's one of the most graphic scenes. He's bleeding off.
And you barely see it, which is weird, but weird,
but it was graphic and
it's just enough, kind of like when Toe Cutter's eyes like get super huge in Mad Max.
And Mad Max does a bunch of gangster stuff in this. Like, you just gotta watch it. He does a bunch of cool stuff, but he does essentially like, he's like, yo, he's yours. Like, for Furiosa, he knew.
And she does save Mad Max at one point.
Oh yeah, they both save each other. And then
he saves her.
Yeah, I was like, they save each other.
And that's where I think the trust comes in.
She got shot.
Saves him. She was stabbed.
Yeah, stabbed. Yeah, she got stabbed.
I think she was stabbed with her own knife.
Yeah, she was dying, bro. Because remember, she had to have Nux drive.
Yeah,
and it was getting really bad. And then
Max did the thing so she could breathe. So she could breathe. Blood transfusion.
Yep. Max saved her.
And she's like, "By the way, my name's Max."
Yeah, he's like, "You can call me Maxie."
Yeah,
and she's like, "Oh, that'd be something more exotic."
You can call me Rockatansky.
Yeah, she was like, "I thought it'd be something sexier."
Yeah.
But so Nux dies, R.I.P. But we have Immortan Toe's body. We take it to the people, and when the people see it, we're gods.
Yeah.
We're heroes.
Yeah. They now run the Citadel, which on top of there is where it's the green.
It's the green, yep. The green in the water. It's essentially Earth.
Yeah,
and not living on Tatooine.
So the weird thing is, like, they had to go on this journey just to realize that where they wanted to go is where they started.
Yep. Yeah. It was like, it was here the whole time.
Yeah.
It was right under our nose. But we had to go on the journey or else we wouldn't have been able to stop the power.
Yeah. You're right. We had to get him away.
Out. Yeah, I was like, we had to take him out the comfort zone to get him off track. Because if he's there, you ain't beating him.
No, not at all.
It's like, we had to get him on the streets to fuck him up.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. And Charlize is looked at like, like a goddess, and she clearly is going to be running shit. And the girls are safe.
And Max walks off. He gives her the head nod.
He's like, "Peace, baby." And he another one he still didn't get no tail from.
No,
Max is asexual at this point.
Yeah, he has to.
He couldn't have gotten no tail.
Look, he's eating like a double-headed lizard raw.
Yeah, dude, he's dog food. Like, come on, he don't anything about women. So, I mean, that's the film.
Yeah,
and I mean, I gotta say, for a film where I was describing, it sounded like I was saying nothing. A lot does happen. And
but it's so visual. You have to see it.
It's a very eyes on the screen film.
It's like kinetic and visual.
It is like, because I'm like, man.
And you said urgency. There's an urgency to it.
Crazy sense of urgency to the film. And like I'm watching Sex, Lies, and Videotape yesterday. I'm like, I love this film. Like, I can listen to this film almost like a podcast. I can listen to this. I don't necessarily need to see it because not much is being shown on the screen. You can imagine everything just by listening to these conversations. It's a very conversational movie. Whereas Mad Max, if you were just listening to Mad Max, you'd be like, I'm listening to the worst movie probably ever. This is not good. You have to see it for yourself.
The soundtrack sounds great because half of it sounds like fucking Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. Right?
And then you got the guitar guys throwing in adding to the score. But so let's get into it. MVP.
Honestly, the stunt coordinator.
Yo, the stunt guys definitely
has to be, right? George Miller and the stunt coordinator.
I said George Mills, but I am totally cool with the stunt guys.
Yeah, but both of them together because they
coordinated this. Yeah, they made this work
because they took so long planning this film, but it works.
And like George Mills to come back after all this time and do something like this.
No, actually to come back after Babe and Happy Feet.
Yeah, like you ain't done a movie like this in forever.
Yeah. And
to come back and give us this, I will say you definitely MVP.
Yeah.
Babe is still your magnum opus. I don't care what nobody says. I'm taking Babe over all George Mills movies.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you still need to watch The Witches of Eastwick.
I do, and I need to watch Furiosa, but I don't see either one of them top, bro. Babe, that's one of the movies that just warms you, bro. Like I'm having a shitty day.
They're all different types of films, though.
Good. Yeah, that is true.
Like, so you might still think that Babe is better after seeing these other.
Maybe Mad Max makes you mad.
Yeah.
You know? Peak season.
Peak season. You know what?
George Mills, dude.
It has to be because it honestly. Not that his career was dead, but it really resurrected his name.
Yes, his name is now people were
because people were like, God, he's still fucking got it.
And now here's here's $150 million to make Furiosa.
Yeah.
Without this is his second career now.
Yeah.
You know, and now that Furiosa seems like it's gonna make good money and it's got good reviews, probably get to make something else.
I think he's working on another Mad Max. It takes place a year before Fury Road. But it's supposed to be, I think, our man Tom Hardy.
Oh, yeah. That'd be dope. 2 backstories.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. All right. But, so who'd you have for peak season?
Yeah. It makes sense.
You got George Mills?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Best quotes. I don't have a ton of them, but I usually have way more. But this is not a conversational movie.
Here's the one that I kept referencing. Here's the exact quote from Max. You know, hope is a mistake. If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane. Because he's mad, like insane mad.
Yep.
At this point.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Do not become addicted to the water.
Yeah.
And that's like, we all should be addicted to water.
Yeah.
You should be you should be drinking a gallon a day. You wash your ass. You wash your hands. You flush toilets. Like,
because
what essential.
What was the second part of that?
I don't have it written.
Oh, here it is. Do not, my friends, become addicted to water. It will take hold of you, and you will resent its absence.
Yes,
that's what it is. Because I knew it was like really powerful.
Yeah, and I'm like, sheesh, sounds like fucking heroin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like water's a drug. Oh my god.
One for my boy Nux. Oh, what a day! What a lovely day! I'm like,
I live, I die, I live again.
I'm like, this guy is psycho.
He's like on fucking drugs.
Yeah,
he's on water.
He's on water. He's just sipping that water, bro.
Yeah.
Shoot. I was like, sheesh, this guy's crazy.
His last words, witness me. And he points to the girl.
Yep. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's my child. My property.
Oh,
and I was like, Morton Toe,
Oh yeah, when he's talking to her, and she's showing him, the baby, or I mean the baby bump.
Yeah, if I'm like property, bro, then you have one? Because I don't have a ton.
My name is Max. My world is fire and blood.
I like that one.
Yeah.
You having a baby? Yes, Warlord Jr. Gonna be so ugly.
Yeah. and then the woman's like, it could be a girl.
Could be a girl. Yeah.
And I don't think she ever thought of that.
Never thought of that because Toefuck is put in her head like you're only having a son for my heir.
Here's one of Max's voiceover from early on. I'm the one that runs from both the living and the dead, hunted by scavengers, haunted by those I could not protect. So I exist in this wasteland, reduced to one instinct.
Yep.
Survive.
Survive.
Yeah.
I just thought about something real quick.
Yeah.
All the visions Max are having, it's got to be what's going to be covered in the prequel.
It could be, because, like, that kid gets run over. Like, the Doof Warrior is playing in the background, because it happened so fast, I paused it and screenshot it so I could see what it is. And then when it switches from that kid, he's like, puts his hand up, and it's that other dude. That dude's later on. So it's almost like his visions are like of this kid in the past, but the kid's showing him what's going to happen.
Yeah, they got to cover that because that was I was like,
because at first I thought it was his son and his wife. I'm like, so maybe it's not Max, and I'm like, maybe it's the feral kid. But then all those other people are coming in, and it's like, you said you'd protect us. You said you'd do this.
I'm like, this has got to be something he was involved in.
Yeah, that we didn't see.
We didn't see
because the one dude looks Aboriginal, and you haven't seen anyone other than Tina Turner.
Like, it's been years. So so that's got to be it. But anyways, I have one more.
Okay,
and that was "Remember Me" from Charlize.
Yeah. At the end. Here's what Max said when I was like, I don't know what he said in the beginning of it. He's like, how much more can they take from me? They got my blood, now it's my car.
Yep.
Yeah.
It sounded like he was speaking real Australian gibberish there.
Here we go. From Furiosa to Max. You're never going to have a better chance. Max, at what? In Furiosa, redemption.
Mm-hmm.
It's like her whole thing, I think she's trying to redeem herself from something.
Something we're going to find out in Furiosa.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
George Miller might be a fucking genius.
Because he's planting seeds.
He's planning, he knew. He knew. He probably had this shit all written.
I think he's that type that has it all worked out ahead of time. It just takes time probably to get, because he said
and everything.
I think he said he could have de-aged Charlize if he wanted to.
No,
but you know,
go with a different actress.
Yeah, and obviously he did.
Charlize ain't the Charlize of when Mad Max came out, dude. I like Charlize, but she's whatever. We could have, she's whatever. All right. What's age the best?
Honestly, probably almost the whole film, really, because it's only 9 years old.
It's not that old, yeah.
So really, honestly, what's aged the best is probably the editing and the stunts.
I literally had the action and car chases.
Yeah.
It's funny you had that. And what's aged the worst, I had some of that editing.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I like it in some parts, and I don't like it in others.
Really?
Like I said, like that chaotic nature of some of the action scenes.
Yeah.
I would have liked them more to see them more like real time, like because they felt like you said. They felt
it almost felt like they were sped up a little bit. Yeah,
and I'm like
the Keystone Cops are chasing.
So like it takes away a little bit from some of this magical stunt work you got.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you got some great stunt work and explosions, and you're just rushing it by. Like, dude, this is fucking hard.
Yeah.
So that was my only issue with it. But I do like a lot of editing choices. Like I said, the blue sky at night.
Yeah.
Like it's a very bright film.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like the color choices.
It is brighter than.
It's a lot brighter than like I even remember seeing it when it came out.
Yeah.
And I just streamed it on Max. So it's not like I watched it in some super crazy, 4K or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm pretty impressed with the look of it overall. But the editing did throw me a little bit, but yeah, so what's aged the worst? I just said one of mine. And then the other one was the band playing on the damn computer.
Oh, yeah, the Doof Warrior.
Yeah, I'm like, why? I'm just like, why? These guys would die.
But I think maybe that's the point because they're all a part of the Morton Joe's thing, so they're all ready to die.
Yeah, you're right.
Because Doof Warrior was bone white, too.
I don't want to die mid-riff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit.
That's true. He was showing his mid-riff.
Yes, he was. He had no shirt on, so, Yeah. But all right, what else do you have for what age the worst?
I don't know if
anything
for me really aged that badly.
Nothing's like
it hasn't.
Nitpicky.
It hasn't really aged yet, right?
Yeah, this is.
I mean, so we can go into nitpicks.
Yeah, another one. Hold on, another one. What aged the best? I didn't write it down. The women empowerment and the choice of women having choice over their bodies.
Yeah, because it kind of is a precursor to what we've been going through the past couple years.
Yeah, and let me tell you, like any people out there listening that believe against what I said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be unapologetic about that. I believe a woman's body should not be controlled by anyone but her.
Did this come out like before the Me Too movement?
I believe so.
Maybe.
She was like,
well, it was filmed. Either way, it was filmed in 2012.
Yeah, they filmed it a while ago.
Yeah, it wasn't released until 2015. So either way, he was advocating for like women's rights and women's whatever, and getting, I'll say comeuppance because of what happens to Immortan Joe.
Yeah.
You know, for the bad things done to you before it in the collective consciousness.
Yeah.
So you're right. It is very innovative in the same way Road Warrior was for the LGBTQ community.
For sure.
You're right.
So
no assless chaps in this one.
No ass, dude. I appreciate a lot of the costuming more in this. I think.
Yeah.
Just because like he got so out of the box with some of them '80s joints. But it's all right. It's a part of the charm.
And you know, in the early '80s, you're competing with like Studio 54.
Yeah, exactly.
And all that.
You gotta stand out.
Post disco scene.
Yeah. Stand out somehow. All right, so. I mean, we could jump right into nitpicks, but I only have like.
Well, what's the next one? I'm sorry.
Next one was rewatchable scenes.
Oh yeah, rewatchable scenes. Like honestly, any of the chase scenes.
Yeah, the opener.
Oh yeah.
The opener where he's fighting all the guys.
Oh my god, yeah. I could watch that incessantly and just probably see new stuff every time.
Mm-hmm. Dude, there's a lot in the frame where I was like, man, and that's another thing with the editing so wild. I'm like, I'm missing shit happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but it makes you demand a rewatch. So smart on his part because it make you want to watch it again. I had with Max, the chase where Max is chained to the car.
Oh my god, yeah. The initial going after Furiosa when Immortan Joe realizes that she's, I think it's the MFP are coming after us. That's what
They're coming. They're coming.
That first chase and with that weird storm that they go into,
dude, and it's like all that sand and dude. Max would have died if they would have died from suffocation from sand. Dude, that's like that was my main nitpick. Is like dudes would have died. Anywho, this one was kind of goofy, but I have when Nux eats the bug when he's laying with his girl.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah,
bug starts crawling on his hand. I was like, he's gonna eat that, and he's just like, I was like, I already knew it.
But it's kind of like
I like the scene because the scenes are watchable because that's when you kind of start to see the change in Nux, and I thought that was important.
Any scene with him and her interacting, I think, is rewatchable because that's you see him transition from this like cult nut job,
selfish. Do it for me thing. Karen.
Yeah, because suddenly he realized, like, once he realizes that, like, Immortan Joe saw his blood bag driving the rig that ended up killing his favorite. He's like, my life is over, and this girl is like, there's more to life than this asshole.
This dude, this guy is a freak.
Than this guy and his schlanger.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like schlanger.
Dude, he was like,
I assume that means dong.
Yeah, I was like, it's gotta be his wanger.
Yeah.
It gotta be.
Because that girl talking to Max, he's just like, Schlanger! I'm sure he'll eat anything at this point.
Yeah, bro.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if it's... Ugh.
I mean...
Dude, he's probably eaten people before.
Did I ever ask you this before? If Jeffrey Dahmer only ate coma patients, would he be considered vegan?
No.
Because they're called vegetables. Right?
No.
I only eat vegetables.
No.
I don't eat vegetables.
No, he would not.
Okay. It wouldn't be plant-based meat? or is that like Robert Plant's junk? It would be plant-based meat.
Robert Plant's junk. Plant-based meat.
Did you ever see The Song Remains the Same?
No.
Oh my god, that cinematographer was in love with
His crotch. Right on there.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
He was like, "I'll take a whole lot of love, man."
It's like Bowie in the Labyrinth.
Oh my god! Yeah. Like,
All right, I had When All the Ladies Unite, when they all meet up.
Oh yeah, with the ones from the Green Place.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a cool scene.
You're right, because those old women were kick ass.
They were kicking ass, bro. They were smart, and they were dope. They were good additions.
And you know,
the second half.
You know who else should be like an MVP? The makeup artist.
Oh yeah, they were very good.
Because even those ladies that were out in the desert, they looked weathered.
They did.
Because even the young one looked weathered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she still looked good.
Yeah,
it was so cute.
She should have been more tan, though. I think that's my only complaint.
As fuck.
No, she could have been because of being out in the desert.
You want to be my color, dude? Like that's just tan. Bro.
Yeah, I wanted her to get Donald Trump's spray tan.
You wanted her orange. You wanted that. You wanted that Clementine glow.
Yeah.
That's. I got one more.
Okay.
When Furiosa kills Joe.
That is honestly like. Also, like the fight scene with her and Max.
Oh yeah.
So anytime she's actually getting physical,
I don't know how I didn't add that in.
Anytime she's getting physical, especially with Max, because she doesn't have her prosthetic arm on.
She's nubbing around.
Yeah,
like,
and she's kicking his ass.
Going hard, bro.
She's kneeing him in that metal mask he has on.
I'll tell you what, though, if he wasn't chained up, she would have got her ass whipped.
Yeah, she would have.
She was having a door and a body on you will hinder you a little bit, and then the girls pulling on him too.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was like. So she had some help, but she still was going hard. You know, nubbing out and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, best characters.
Obviously Max, Furiosa, Nux, the girls, and the old women, or the other women.
I literally had in that exact order.
Really,
Max, Furiosa, Nux. The girls. That's what I said.
Yeah, they are the best characters.
Yep, they're the best.
And obviously the worst would be
Immortan Toe.
Yeah, and his sons.
Yeah, anyone connected to Immortan Toe.
And like all the other war boys.
Yeah. And I did also have Nux in there.
Oh, because at first.
Yeah, is it first? Like
and also like the mayor of Gastown, that big weird dude who had like his nipples showing. And like the gas mask over his crotch, and like his legs were all like fat and
bro, he was disgusting.
He's the mayor of Gastown.
Yeah, that's
and the guy who ran Bullet Town that had like the bullets.
Yeah, that dude.
As like the guy who's like, put a fan in front of your eyes.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah, it is. He's fuck.
There's always some weird ass trips.
Yeah, at least I didn't get shot in the schlanger.
That's right.
I mean, he didn't say that, but another rewatchable scene is that scene where they're like the dude from Bullet Town is like going after them when they're stopped to let the truck cool, and then Max goes, and then Max comes
crazy.
Back.
That joke's crazy. That was a good scene
because that's when Zoe Kravitz is like, "Are you okay? There's blood on you," and Furious is like, "It's not his blood." Because and before that, what's he gonna go do? Retaliate first.
Yeah, he bounced. He was like, I'll be back.
Yeah, and she's like, what if you're not back in time? He's like,
go. Yep.
Yeah.
Peace,
Yeah, I think she really got respect for him after that.
Oh, yeah. She's like, well, dude,
and he gave
sacrifice.
And he gave Nux a boot back then.
He did.
He might have given him his boot back.
It was his boot, because he took his,
Yeah.
Which I'd be like, man, fuck you. I'll knock my shit
He's like, I got boots now. I'm good.
Booted up.
Yeah.
Suited and booted. All right, so nitpicks. My only one really was
he should have
died a lot of times.
Yeah,
Nux, Max and Nux both should have died.
Yeah,
at least 5 times before Nux did. At least 8 times. Max should die at least 8 different times.
But the thing is, Max did say like the only thing he knows how to do is survive.
Yeah. He's the real Tuco.
Yeah, he is Tuco. Yeah,
Max is wild. What nitpicks you have? None.
Really, I honestly couldn't think of any because. If I say it's almost a perfect film, it's because it leaves you with so many questions.
It does.
That do get answered in certain ways in the comics. But there's still other things that you're like, you're almost mesmerized by it.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, it's almost like a religious experience because of speed and that need for dominance.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a nutty boy.
Yeah. It's not really a date movie. Let's put it that way.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Unless.
Hey, babe, let's go watch Fury Road.
But you know, like, there are some chicks like that are like, yo.
Felicia loves muscle cars. I'm trying to get her to watch it. I'm like, look at these cars.
Oh, she should check it out. I think she would like Fury Road.
But I think you have to be in the right mood.
That is true.
It's not like, hey, Fury Road and then sexy time.
Yeah, well, it's like
that's not going to happen unless it's in the back of a
Volkswagen.
A very uncomfortable place.
Yeah, very uncomfortable.
In the back of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, Volkswagen.
Hey, Hitler's automobiles.
Yeah, the German made.
Yeah. He started Volkswagen.
He did.
I believe,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's kind of insane.
So if you buy a Volkswagen, does that mean you're
supporting the Nazi
anti-Semitic?
Yeah, you're supporting the Nazi party.
Yeah. Even though it's the people's wagon?
Yeah.
The Volkswagen? Or the people's car, I mean?
Wow. Didn't know that. Learn new shit every day. All right, recasting couch. I had 4.
Okay. I was like, which 4 did you? Well, obviously, Immortan Joe would just be your pick for Toe Cutter.
Yeah,
he would still be perfect.
Yes, I was like, so
because I was thinking of that too.
Max Furiosa, Nux, and Immortan Joe.
Okay,
because I was like,
just any models you could get.
I was like, just get supermodels.
Yeah.
Be good.
Yeah.
Like, even though all of them act now.
Yeah,
and
obviously Zoe Kravitz really grew.
Actor, yeah, like, she's an actress for real.
Yeah,
her and the redhead chick, she's in a ton of shit. She just won a fucking Emmy or a Golden Globe. Sorry.
Wow.
So yeah, she's good. Like I said, she's good in that Lars von Trier movie. She's good. She's in a movie I like with Shia LaBeouf called American Honey. She's good in that. Like I said, I just watched them. Oh,
is that the one that he wrote about his life?
That's Honey Boy.
Oh, Honey
that
Boy.
was good too.
Okay.
That's good too.
Okay, I knew Honey was in the title.
You should watch both of them. They're good. Do you like Shia LaBeouf?
You know what? Anything I've seen after like his Disney stuff, I've enjoyed. Even Holes.
Oh, Holes is great.
Yeah, Holes is incredible. Holes is Stanley Yelnats.
I was literally just watching a film yesterday with Eartha Kitt. And she's in there.
Was it Boomerang?
It was!
Was it?
Boomerang.
It was. Boomerang's a great movie.
Good fucking guess.
Yeah.
It's great. Yo, Eddie.
Yeah, she was great in that.
Halle Berry, though.
Yeah. But dude, have you ever seen Eartha Kitt as Catwoman in the 60s Batman show?
Yeah.
My God.
Dude.
Yeah.
Insane back in the day, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like,
Boomerang.
That's so funny you guessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boomerang.
It's been a while since I've seen it. Oh my God. I can't think of her name now. She looks like a dude. She used to date Dolph Lundgren back in the day. Grace Jones. She's in it, right? Strange, is that her name?
Yep, Strange.
Strange.
She's like the French, like, model singer chick, and they're trying to make that perfume. She's like, let's call it Pig's Breath.
Yeah.
Or Afterbirth. I'm like, this bitch is crazy, bro.
Afterbirth is what Felicia always calls In Utero.
Yo.
She always forgets the names. Like, that Nirvana album, Afterbirth? Like, you mean In Utero? That's like the opposite.
Come on, man.
It's funny.
A heart-shaped box in your chest.
Yeah.
But, that movie's great.
Yeah, it is a great movie.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I was like...
I'm trying to think of...
I haven't seen that since I was like 10.
Wow.
So I was like, man, I haven't seen Boomerang in a minute.
Honestly, that's a really great Eddie Murphy movie.
Eddie Murphy, dude.
And isn't, oh my God. Is Kadeem Hardison in that film?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of who was in it. Because it's been a while since I've seen it. Oh, Martin Lawrence.
David Alan Grier.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Halle Berry. Eartha Kitt.
Felicia put it on for me a couple years ago. I'd never seen it before.
Oh, man, it's great.
It is a great film, yeah.
See, that's definitely one, like, that's one of those black films. You gotta watch that one. That's a classic black film.
That and, like, Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights is so fun.
Oh,
bro.
my God, yeah.
I watched that, maybe 3 months ago.
Really?
That's one of my dad's favorite movies. Dude, so I've seen that a lot.
Red Fox and the woman from Della Reese.
Della Reese. Oh, my God, right? When they fight.
Yeah.
That scene is funny as hell.
Oh, and Richard Pryor in it? Oh, my God.
He's great.
Yeah.
Fucking Arsenio Hall.
Oh,
he's going crazy when he kills his face. Oh my God! Oh God! That shit is funny as hell. When they're shooting at him in the place, and he just jumps out and busts them 3 shots and kills them all.
Yeah, that's a great film.
That's a classic. Anywho, sorry.
Sorry about that.
We definitely got to do an Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, we have to.
Eddie Murphy is fucking hilarious. All right, so for this one, I think we should get a new Max.
I was thinking an older Max, an older Australian Max. He might be too tall. You know who would be fucking perfect? Hugh Jackman.
Oh no, we're going with that.
Yeah,
especially if we're doing it now. Yeah, he's still young enough.
Yeah, because he's
still playing Wolverine.
Bro. Yeah, and the thing is, like, he's Australian.
He is. So,
and even though he's a little taller, but like he has the physique. Okay. He's not as bulked up as Tom Hardy was, but he's
right now.
Well,
Wolverine probably looking Tom Hardy size.
He's probably
he might be bigger than that right
because he kept getting bigger every film.
Days of Future Past. I was like, this motherfucker ate someone. Yeah, I was like, this dude looks crazy.
Yeah,
I was like, Hugh Jackman, what are you on, dog? And don't tell me nothing.
I heard someone say before they should change his name to Huge Jacked Man.
Huge Jacked Man. Yeah, that's what he is.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought of that. I was like, he would be effing perfect because he's an older Max.
Yep, I like that.
Yeah.
Furiosa. We're not gonna just pick Anya Taylor.
No. You know who I was thinking might actually be really good? Your girl J Law.
I like J Law for it. I was thinking Emily Blunt.
God, she would be too.
Just watching her in the Fall Guy recently.
Yeah,
I got her.
You liked Fall Guy?
I loved it. Fall Guy was great.
Yeah,
you watch it?
Not yet. No,
dude. Fall Guy is fire. Love Lies Bleeding. I think it might be my favorite movie of the year. So
really, so far,
it's so good, bro.
Wow.
I'm like biased because I love Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
I love Ed. Goddamn, Ed Harris.
Oh, he's in it.
He's in it. He's the heavy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's a great heavy.
Yep, he is. He always is.
Yeah.
And the chick, the Jack chick, bro, she was really good. I liked her a lot in it. Yeah. And Dave Franco is in it.
He's actually,
he's really, dude, he's playing a real serious role in this. Like,
his brother, I don't know what happened to James Franco, but
allegations.
But for a time, like James Franco was like,
he was the man.
Yeah, he was like the most promising young,
getting Oscar noms and shit.
Yeah,
dude.
But he could do anything at the time.
Comedy, action, drama. He was getting Me Too. He got Me Too.
Did you ever see Tristan and Isolde?
No, but I heard about that.
He was great in it.
I heard he was good in that. Like, what really did it for me with him was, I think, 127 Hours.
Oh,
like, I always liked him in Freaks and Geeks too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, he did 127 Hours, and I was like, okay, this dude can act. And then like Pineapple Express, of course, was great. And then he just kept doing shit. And then Planet of the Apes, he was really good. Like,
that's right, Rise Up.
Yeah, he comes up big. So
yeah.
But I was thinking,
you know what?
After just after watching the Fall Guy, but I feel like J Law might be slightly too young.
After seeing her kick ass in that movie that came out last year, where she's naked on the beach.
Oh my God! No Hard Feelings.
No Hard Feelings. Yeah.
God, that scene just it made me think about action. I was like, "Come kick my ass, please." She is fun, dude.
But I was thinking, you know, she had. But also being Mystique, she has the action.
Oh yeah, she got the action shot. She's kind of young. She's only 33.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, how old was Charlize when she played it?
Older than that.
Was she?
Charlize is what, 48 now?
Well, I don't. But it was filmed in 2012.
Oh, that is true. Oh, let's see how old Charlize is.
Okay.
She is as young as you think.
Because think about it, 2012 was 12 years ago.
Damn.
So how old is she?
My phone was so damn stupid. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
She's 48.
She's 48, so she would have been
49.
So she would have been like probably 35, 36.
Yeah, all right. So that works. Yeah, I guess that
yeah.
works. She is Asian. Well, she pretty much looks the same.
Yeah, she hasn't aged at all.
Yeah, she pretty much looks the same. See, like, don't get me wrong. She is pretty. I was just never a Charlize stan. You know what I mean? Like,
did you see?
I still watched Atomic Blonde.
Okay, yeah, that's the one. Because same director as Fall Guy.
Yep, Fall Guy.
Yeah.
It was David Leitch.
David Leitch, I think. It might be how you pronounce it.
He's good.
Yeah.
She just Monsters my movie for her.
You know? Oh yeah, with Christina Ricci, right?
Yeah, you know I love her too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you grew up with the Addams Family.
I did. Right? I was like, yo, Addams Family and Addams Family Values. I watch the show all the time.
How about Mermaids with Cher and Winona Ryder?
So I saw Bob Hoskins. Yes, I saw that movie when I was very young.
Yeah,
and somebody brought it up to me and was going over shit that happens. I was like, okay, I need to rewatch that because I don't remember that shit. So I need to rewatch Mermaids.
Okay,
but that's on my list to rewatch. But yeah, so you know, and of course Casper.
Pullman. Bill Pullman, one of the most underrated.
Yeah, he was always good. Yeah, he was good. But
so I I think you're right. Emily Blunt can do anything.
She can,
and she is.
I do like J-Lo.
Slightly older though. I think J-Lo has the height.
She does.
That's what I was thinking too.
Emily Blunt, she had the height too, but Charlize is probably like 8 or 9.
Because I think she was a model, so she has to have that height.
Taller. But like, is J-Lo too pretty?
But see, so would have been Charlize until they dirtied her up. It's all the makeup.
See, I guess I just don't find her that good looking. So to me, Charlize, I'm just like, Charlize is Charlize. When I look at J-Lo, I'm just like, I can't watch a J-Lo movie for more than like every 10 minutes. I will stop. Jesus, you know, it's like
Red Sparrow and stuff,
dude. No, like when I was watching
Hunger Games,
like the last Hunger Games. She got that long, dark, pretty hair. And she just, oh my God, I was just like, she's not real.
Wow.
It's like, dude, when I was watching Barbarella,
she would make a great Barbarella.
Oh, dude.
Did we mention her when we did Barbarella?
We fucking did.
Because she would be incredible as Barbarella. Yeah.
Dude.
Especially after seeing that scene from No Hard Feelings.
No Hard Feelings, yeah. She'd do the intro.
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching Barbarella literally like every 2 or 3 minutes. I was just like, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, sheesh. I was like, she be a crime to be this good looking. I was like, damn. All right, so Nux.
God, Pete Davidson.
Dude.
Is that the one who you said?
That's who I was thinking.
Yeah, I think he would be great.
He's got the height, the thinness,
yeah,
kind of drugged out, freaky look.
Yeah, just give him the white
and
powder.
He's funny, and he can be animated and shit in that way. And I was like, if not him, I was thinking Bill Skarsgård. Because although I didn't love Boy Kills World, he was good in it.
Yes.
He was good.
Dude. And he has the physique.
He does.
You're
he's
right.
Tall, slim, like he's fucking shredded, but he's still lean as hell.
Yeah.
Like because he's 6'5".
Is he?
He's super. Yeah, he's fucking huge.
Oh my God.
But, I mean, his brother is like the same height too.
Alexander.
Yeah, and I think Stellan's like 6'3".
Yeah, like, Stellan is a big dude because he was next to Hemsworth and Thor, and they were almost
like neck and neck. Yeah, I'm about the same height. I think Hemsworth's about 6'3".
And he was taller than everyone else except for probably Ben Affleck. And Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. He's a big dude. So Nux, I was thinking one of them too.
Yeah.
And Morton Joe,
I was thinking Momoa, right?
Yeah, I was like, we could just roll Momoa
because Morton Joe has more of Momoa's hair than Toe Cutter does.
Toe Cutter does, yeah. And I'm like,
but since they did the same dude,
but it's just like Toe Cutter is so much more likable and charismatic than in Morton Joe.
But
I think Joe's such a dick.
But Momoa might be able to bring more charisma to him.
He would make him. He'd be like, oh, I kind of like him more than Joe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I empathize with him now.
Yeah, I'm like, Momoa brings something to characters that a lot of people don't give him enough credit for what he brings to characters. All right, we can go with him.
Look, he made Aquaman amazing,
dude. I mean,
if anyone can make Aquaman amazing, you know that
you took the lamest character ever and like made it $1 billion film.
Yeah.
Unanswerable questions.
Okay, what are your unanswerable questions?
What was the sex of Dab's baby?
God damn, that is an unanswerable question.
I want to know. Because when the chick said, "What if it's a girl?" I was like,
"God, that's
what
a
if?"
Good question. Because after the other one dies, and Morton Joe tells the mechanic to get the baby out, he's like, "Is it male?"
Yeah.
He didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, they weren't going to get the ultrasound.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
God, you're right. That is an unanswerable question.
No clue.
God damn it! How dare you?
Yeah, I'm like, I want to know.
Yeah.
And then I had, where is Max going to go now?
Actually, yeah, that's a great question.
That's at the end of every Mad Max movie. That's the question.
But I think now, after reading the comics, because what happens in between like Thunderdome and Fury Road is he wanders around and collects parts to rebuild the Pursuit Special.
Okay.
So he might do the same thing because there's this whole story
yet again
where he goes back to like a new version of Thunderdome and he wins a V8 engine.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Yo, that's kind of dope if he, like, we'll see what he does there.
Yeah.
That could be dope.
Because that's, like, on the in-between there. It has a little story. Like, and then he ends up saving this one girl. It's a sad story, but it's awesome.
Wonder who he gets to play Max in that one.
I think in the next one, the next Mad Max movie, I heard it's supposed to be Tom Hardy.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Makes sense. He's only supposed to be a couple years younger.
And he hasn't really aged.
Yeah, he looks the same.
Yeah.
And my next question was, what happens with Furiosa now?
That's a good question because
does she become someone in power?
Yeah, does she become like Immortan Joe?
Immortan Joe, because they were looking at her like like they were, you know.
But you see, it'll be maybe because she grew up in the Green Place, and Immortan Joe's wives have a different view of the world now because they kind of grew in like a hermetically sealed, grew up or lived in like a hermetically sealed container where they had everything. They had privilege, more so than everyone else did.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll be like a ruling body that would be more fair and just.
She could be the ruler and they're on the council.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Because now they have Max as sort of like a guide for what's right and what's wrong.
Mm-hmm. They learned a lot on this journey.
They did.
Prop you up from the movie.
Gosh, you know what? I still love that Pursuit Special.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, like that's the car.
You're always gonna take it, man.
And that's a new version of it too.
It is. You know, I got to take something weird. I want Furios's arm.
I was actually going to say that when you said it.
I want Furios's arm. I want,
but it would be that little strap thing.
Yeah, I want the whole thing.
Yeah,
I want Joe's breathing mask.
Yeah, that was a kick-ass mask.
Yeah, I'm like, because it looked like weird skull teeth, kind of, and like it was cool.
What about the like air thing on the back of Rictus, the one son, like the Jack's son?
Yeah, that thing was pretty cool too.
Because then Max like beats him to death with his own air container.
It'd probably come in handy.
Yeah.
I just want Furios's arm so I can slap people with it. Somebody get out of line. I was watching this Japanese film called The Human Condition 2, and it's about the conditions of how the Japanese treated their military and treated Chinese prisoner of war
in World War II.
Yeah, in World War II.
Okay,
and dude, the amount of Asian men I saw slapped in the face yesterday was just
really
insane. Yeah, because they're mistreating all these people so much.
Yeah,
and they just slapped them just so many times, and like it became comical after a while. I just started laughing. I was like, I feel bad laughing at this because I know this shit really happened.
Yeah,
but I'm like, it's just so funny the way the actors are portraying it because you know Japanese movies super melodramatic.
Yeah,
so that it was just funny, but I'm like, man, this movie makes me want to slap someone so bad. So I'm watching Mad Max. I just want to take this arm and slap somebody with it.
Wow.
But I think
that'll be painful. It's like a robotic arm.
That thing, metal and wires and all kinds of, I mean, that thing was. All right, man. So we got through it. We got one more.
One more, and we'll be done with this
entire series.
Yeah, I can't believe it. 5
films.
Jeez,
and I never thought I would watch all the Mad Max films.
Really?
Never. Because I didn't like Fury Road much back in the day. So I was like...
But you've enjoyed it, haven't you?
I have. I liked Thunderdome was ass. But I liked all the other 3.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun, especially Road Warrior. That was... I'm very glad I watched that, yes. Yeah. Road Warrior just has that 80s fun action, like, just pointless fun. You don't need shit explained. Just that 80s rawness that I love in a film. So grades,
I'd say a solid A, man, like 93 to 95.
I'm gonna give this a solid B. I'm gonna give this a B plus.
Okay,
I'm give this a B plus. 87%. That's
really?
B plus. Yeah, I did like it.
Is it because of like the editing and stuff?
I mean, it's just I enjoyed it. But I still just don't think it's as good as everyone else's. I liked it a lot. But if somebody's like, Dom, which Mad Max, you got to rewatch. I'm going to rewatch Road Warrior.
Yes, yeah.
Watch Road Warrior first. I did like the film, though. My opinion has changed. So I moved it up on Letterboxd to a 3.5 out of 5. I was teetering with 4. On a third watch, I might move it up to 4.
Well, I think I said at the beginning, it just makes me want a Road Warrior film with Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, right? Can we just completely remake Road Warrior?
Yeah, that's all I need.
And like, it's no slap to Mel, but Tom was fucking great.
He was, yeah.
He was good.
He was.
If it wasn't for George Mills, he would have got MVP.
He did for Mad Max, I think, what Daniel Craig did for James Bond. He made it believable. Like, this guy's actually doing this shit.
He clearly did, because now Mad Max is a rebooted franchise again.
Yeah.
We owe that to Tom and Charlize. Like,
yeah,
they did kill it. Like,
And George Miller's vision.
George Mills is, he's a genius, man.
Yeah.
Doctor. Wow.
Yeah, Dr. George Miller.
Dr. George Mills. I'd be like, Dr. Mills. If I was on set, he'd be like, call me George. I'd be like, all right, Dr. Mills. I'd be like, I'm going to respect you with your title.
Yeah, because he earned that.
You earned that. You went to fucking school for how long?
Yeah.
You earned that, buddy.
Yeah, because he didn't start doing films till he was in his 30s.
30s, yeah.
So he would have done all the schooling and internship and everything.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
His parents like, you want to do what?
Yeah.
Make movies?
Yeah.
Get your ass in that hospital, boy.
Yeah.
All right.
But maybe that was more lucrative back then than being a doctor.
Maybe it was.
I mean, in Australia.
I
mean, we don't know.
Or maybe he was just like, fuck it, I got to do this. I got a vision. I got to go with it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was, truthfully. So, next week,
Furiosa.
All right, guys, we'll end that.
Yeah.
So, this was good. I am Dom.
I am Jamie.
And this was the Cutting Room Floor.